Hi there, welcome to episode 2 of Meals Made Easy, a series of videos to help you get comfortable creating and sharing content in the meal garden. In this episode, we're going to look at working with and creating recipes. I'm still Jeff. Skip on here. So, there's over 7,000 recipes in Meal Garden. We're going to dive right into this. We're going to look at search filters, editing, and adding recipes to different pieces of content. Okay, so we're going to go over to professionals. We're already looking at our recipes, so you're going to see these different sources. The two major ones are reviewed and public. What's the difference? Reviewed recipes are recipes that have been reviewed by our nutrition team. Those are registered dietitians with a flavor for recipe creation, and these recipes all prescribe to a particular layout that's easy to use and really easy for your clients. So that's the difference between reviewed and public. We take the most popular recipes of the month, we review them, we stamp them, and away we go. Public recipes are entered by practitioners just like yourself. We haven't reviewed them. So before you share a public recipe, you might want to double check it and just make sure it prescribes to a format that's easy to use for you and your clients. Provides a lot of flexibility. And if you can't find something in reviewed, you can look. Lots of recipes, very whole foods, plant-based. Great. Okay, so that's source. Underneath source, we have different filters for meal types. All these little hanging tags, which are conditions and lifestyles, dietary, which are kind of more specific types of conditions. And then you have nutrients, right? So we have all the nutrients under the sun. You can pick a nutrient, you can pick a range for that nutrient. So you can really narrow in on recipes with the exact makeup that you want for your customers or your programs, okay? Now, if we go in and we type in smoothie, okay, we have a bunch of smoothies in here, and we can set our range for protein. Okay, so here's all the recipes with this range. We could say, hey, this is a great recipe. We could click on it. Say, oh, almond milk. You know what? I think we're going to put coconut milk in there. So I'm going to click edit. No big deal. This is going to create a copy in my database. Instead of almond milk, I'm going to go coconut milk. Sure. See all the ingredients or the nutrients are updating on that side. I'm going to hit save. Then go over to preview. I can click more options. I can add this directly to a recipe collection or a meal plan, or I can go back to recipes. I can go and created. Here's the recipe I changed. I can see the nutritional information. If I want, I can click on it. I can add to a plan, add to a collection, or I can create a new collection or a new plan right from in here. Okay, so that's navigating recipes. I think last but not least is the sort. I love doing sort by popular. Popular are the recipes that are being shared the most. Great feature. Really helps you find recipes that are great if you're doing any type of programs or memberships. Okay, so that's working with recipes. Extensive options for pre-made recipes, flexible filters and sorting, easy to edit, quick to share. Okay. Now we're going to look at creating recipes. And before we get into creating recipes, we're going to go ahead and take a second and we're going to reset the timer, okay? So give me 1 second. Okay, here we're back to creating recipes. So the one thing about importing recipes, as a lot of people like to do, is be respectful of the recipe creators. I'm not going to get into all the copyright rules and regulations. There are lots of content out there, but provide attribution where appropriate. Don't copy somebody's recipe exactly and try and sell it. If you modify a recipe and add your own picture, generally speaking, you are outside of copyright laws, but provide attribution where appropriate, right? People are working hard on these things, and it's the best to do, especially if you're selling them and outside of one-on-one practice, okay? Our reviewed recipes are good to go. You can do whatever you want with them. So we're going to go create a recipe. Instead of creating new, I'm going to import from a website. Got a link here. Click on this link. We're going to go import. Okay. All right. So I've done this a couple times today, so you can see it as the same source. Might want to go in and change this description if I wanted to. What kind of dish is it? It's a main. Could also be a lunch. Preparation time, I would look back at the recipe and add the preparation time. I'm just going to add some numbers in here for sake of it's getting going. Now, every recipe that shows up, or ingredient that shows up in red, needs to be updated so the nutritional calculations match. If you don't care about nutritional calculations, you can leave it red, but I'm going to go ahead and say, where's the scallions? So we're going to go onion green. Okay, I'm going to zip through this. So there we go. Okay, so we've got all the information's updated there. We can take a look at this. Everything looks fine there. I'm going to go ahead and save. I'm going to go over to preview. Oh, we haven't added a picture. So if you don't have a picture yet, we don't import pictures. What you might want to do is go over and grab one of our base pictures. This is provided in help. You would have got an email with these. Lots of pictures you can use. I am going to go back to the recipe. I'm going to find the image. There we go, upload image. Okay, now we have a better picture. You saw it looks good. Now, there's some other things you can do here. You could add pre-prep instructions. If you look here, you can go into pre-prep instructions. You can pick the ingredient and add instructions. You can add I use it as a sub recipe. So if it's some sort of sub recipe, you can go ahead and some sort of paste or a sauce or something like that. You can also add tags if you want to go ahead and tag it. You can use our tags or you can create your own tags. Very, very straightforward, very easy to do. And as I mentioned before, you can add it to things, very easy to use, okay? So that's adding recipes, or that's actually creating recipes. Quick and easy to import. You can pre-populate the ingredients, automated calculations, multimedia notes and comments. So if you want to add a video, you can go ahead and do that in the notes and comments. And you can confirm it looks good. All right, so we've gone through foods and pre-made meals. We've looked at recipes, both working with recipes and creating recipes. Now we're going to look at plans and work through collections, programs, and resources, and we'll talk about how you use all this content with your clients. I am Jeff. Thanks for what you do. You should see the next episode up on your screen here. If you're in YouTube, if you're somewhere else, go ahead and find it in the help files. I'm here to help, and take care.